um, group, what we have we have the U.S. Department of Treasury Center of Excellence Award. There's a woman I'm going to introduce you to. I know her as Miss Olivia, but it's Melissa Olivia. She is the Deputy Director of the Senior Business Advisor at the Treasury Office of Small and Disadvantaged Business Utilization. She will be announcing an exciting designation. The University of Texas San Antonio National DigiFoundry is now a Center of Excellence supporting small disadvantaged businesses. This Center of Excellence will help empower underserved communities by connecting small businesses with essential capital, services, and procurement opportunities through partnerships among Treasury, government agencies, academia, and industry, fostering growth and success. Ms. Olivia, and also at the same time, and I've met these people only on Zoom, so this will be a treat for me also. Dr. Anna Brady Estevez, if they'll both come up.
Thank you. Yes, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Thank you for coming. My name is Lisa Oliva, and I work as the Deputy Director and Senior Business Advisor at the U.S. Department of Treasury. Not speaking in a microphone, sorry. Better? All right, thank you. I will be remiss if I didn't thank the Government Blockchain Association for hosting this monumental event of naming the University of Texas San Antonio as a Center of Excellence. We're so excited for you graciously hosting this event. Today we stand united with a powerful idea and a challenge. As Albert Einstein said it best, if we would like to incite change, we have to do things differently. We have to be resourceful. We have to utilize what's there. There's a lot of resources that are there, but we really want to anchor and push on those levers of climate change, those levers of wanting to be more agile within federal government and really wanting to level set and build better together. Better together is what will bring us forward as agency with this academic partnership and really looking at the nexus of inciting change for taxpayer compliance. Who knew that we could put assets in space? We're so excited about that opportunity. Who knew, right? That there's an opportunity for us today. There are all these buckets of resources. We know about the industry university affiliated research centers, right? We know about the university research affiliated centers. We know about the federally funded development centers. We know about all of these opportunities, but how are we galvanizing it to ensure that our panel that showed up here just now, talking about access to capital, that we're really squarely applying and applying on time? Are we applying on time? Or do we even know that that funding is there? Access to capital. Right now at Treasury, what we have the State Small Business Credit Initiative. Did you know that the U.S. Department of Treasury is so humanitarian? I love my agency, and I love it because every day I'm learning something new, but I'm learning about an opportunity on how I could be a good public servant, because that's my job. My job is to serve you as a government employee. So with the State Small Business Credit Initiative, every state gets that funding. It's almost like we open our dump truck and we say, you got funding, state, but did you know that you could apply for that funding so that we could amplify the resources that we have in tow today? Today is where we're going to make that difference. Today we're going to stand together with Anna Brady, that I'm going to bring up. We're going to also stand up with John Huggins at the University of Texas San Antonio, because we decided that we're going to get out of our own way and we're going to get into this space to activate, amplify, and really develop targeted opportunities so that small businesses, our small business innovation research businesses, right? They need an opportunity, but not only do they need an opportunity to get into federal government space, because we know they come with diverse, innovative solutions, and we could award and lessen the procurement acquisition lead time. Who knows a little bit about government contracting and us just wanting to do better together, and just make it easier? Why does it have to take an inordinate period of time for you to get a contract? It shouldn't, right? So we want to just make it easier. At Treasury, did you know that all federal agencies have statutory authority to award a CBIR Phase 3 contractual requirement? That answer is yes. At Treasury, we have institutionalized our CBIR Phase 3 program with the wonderful help of the National Science Foundation. Even though Anna Brady is loaned over to SBA, we were happy that she was able to bring that opportunity into lock and step. We were even more gracious and happy when we got that DAO underway, and now we're able to really accelerate the great work. I will be remiss if I did not bring up Anna, and then I will also yield to John. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much. And what a leader, you know, in capital formation, and just tremendously excited about the DAO. But I just want to say, having worked alongside so many of you for so many years, it is very, very energizing for me to see you all in this room. What a great group of people becoming together today. And blockchain at its essence is really about bringing people together. People, you know, and non-people, right? AI, robots. I just want to give everybody an opportunity. Show us how much energy you have in the room. Let's get loud. How do you feel? Yeah, I see David back. How do you feel? And for those of you who have been in this space for a while, I'm in some other technology space as well, so I hear people say, and in your lifetime, you've seen this many economic cycles. You know, maybe if you're this age, you've seen one. And I think, okay, not in blockchain, not in digital assets. And all innovators across all sectors of technology, they need to figure out how to push through barriers, how to push through the 100 no's to get to the big yes, to the real solutions that change the world. And Barry Johnson was just up here recently, just now, speaking of the NSF portfolio we started. And what was that conversation like when we were talking about so first of all, I want to say that the fundamental side of the house at NSF, I came in 2016. I saw awards 2009 about what Bitcoin was going to mean. The agency was active in funding Merkle trees, also zero-knowledge proof, some of the fundamental work pre-Zcash that turned into Zcash. So a lot of great fundamental work over the years. But when we were taking it commercial in that late 2016, early 2017 timeframe, the question was, why are we looking at blockchain? And the answer was, because if any portion of this pans out, it's going to be hugely impactful. You know, so looking at the strategy, looking at all the areas of impact that you have built over these years. At that time when we were having the conversation, when we talk about capital access and markets, it was a $20 billion market globally, which was Bitcoin and it was Ether. It's like 15 and 5, right? Today we're at almost 2.5 trillion. And while we think about leadership in financial markets, there's also so many of these other leading impactful industries that blockchain, digital assets, distributed ledger touch. So we're talking AI, you know, the importance of these technologies and these companies, people, and researchers in the future of trusted AI, decentralized AI. When we think about building that AI leadership, I know many of you are in those rooms and you are building out. So I want to thank you for the work that you're doing on the AI side, the work you're doing in healthcare, in energy, in Web3, in IoT, in supply chain, in climate, and increasingly very excited about the work that many of you are doing together in space. So taking blockchain and digital assets off planet, as we're continuing to go off planet. So to just be real about it, there's been so much in terms of the data. So to speak to some of these solutions, because I think what it's about is it's these solutions that you are creating every day and that value that each of you is creating every day. And there's a lot of openness right now. So as we look back over the last 8 years, I just want to, because I'm familiar with the SBIR data and had the opportunity to fund over 50 companies in this space, just want to say that 2017, there was some activity. By 2019, that had tripled. There's just one program out of many. And then you look at the 2020 to 22, those next 3 years, you actually saw an increase. So both time frames, 2017 to 2019, interest and acceleration. So think about that. 2020 to 2022, continued building. We're still in that 2023 to 2025 timeline, and I think you all are going to be showing what's possible in this 3-year period. So listening to what you want to build. Some of the things that you've built, peer-to-peer networks of experts and communities. Secure multi-party computation. So the ability of institutions, I remember during the pandemic, there were silos of, well, you only at the beginning had this many patients, of this age, this health condition in a hospital, not sharing data with another hospital. The ability to share those sensitive records across institutions without seeing into the record and to be able to do analytics and AI on top of that. Cross-border payments, increasing the speed of that, the efficiency, which is important both on these high-value transactions, but also helping some of the people across the world with the lowest access to financial tools. Transparency in human aid, transparency in environment management and water. These are all real and specific projects. People, and I see some of the entrepreneurs in the audience today who worked on AI and blockchain to enhance scam detection, to protect people from financial abuse. So many amazing things that you all are doing. Show us what is possible, build out the value case, and I think there's going to be a strong receptivity. You've done amazing things, but I think the best is ahead. What are we going to do this year? What are you going to do this year, next year? This is a great decade, depending on what you want to do. So, congratulations for your work.
All right, we had the flashing overtime. So I'm John Huggins with the University of Texas at San Antonio. I just want to say a quick thank you, actually, Department of Treasury and Lisa for selecting UTSA and the National DigiFoundry. Also, I do want to say a quick thank you, actually, to our industry partner, Ford Edge, supporting us with the DigiFoundry. And actually, also thank you to Anna that actually provide the seed money that actually allowed the National DigiFoundry to actually exist. So I definitely appreciate both your support in this. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So thank you very much. We're going to be turning over the stage, but while we're